Yo lads, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. This is kind of my response to Patrick Söderlund. He is one of the high-ups at EA. He is one of the people behind the stupid and ridiculous bullshit decision to just shove women in our faces in Battlefield 5. And he's one of the people you want to blame. And he's got real butthurt recently about people complaining about women being in the game. And he's issued a statement response. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to read this statement response out to you, tell you how fucking stupid it is, and I'm going to break it down, and we're going to roast him, see if he's got any valid points. If he hasn't, then son, I'm going to fuck him up. Okay lads, so I'm going to break down his statements. This is from an interview with Game Sutra. So these are snippets from his interview, parts what could be seen as controversial by gamers and by EA themselves. Dice are kind of keeping out of this. He's the only person really speaking out against people not wanting women in the game. And get this quote, lads. Battlefield 5 is a lot about the unseen, the untold, the unplayed. The common perception is that there were no women in World War II. There were a ton of women who fought both in World War II and partook in the war. Okay, Patrick, nobody's saying they didn't partake in the war, but the way you're pushing it, this it's like a political agenda. It's like you're pushing it in his faces. All the first multiplayer trailer we got, you was focusing on this one woman who came back to life. Yeah, you're on about that realism. She had a fucking hook arm. She was the leader of that squad, which, again, there was no women leaders apart from in the French resistance because they had no fucking army. Germany wiped it out, Patrick. Germany wiped it out. The fact that he's trying to tell us we're wrong about history, it's hilarious. I love history. It's one of the only subjects I enjoyed studying at school. I'd like to say I'm well educated in World War II, and I'm sure lots of you watching this video are also well educated in World War II. That's why you're watching this video, because you're pissed off at the inclusion of women and this SJW trend that's getting shoved down his necks in AAA games. Okay, so this next point is fucking stupid. This is literally his reason for wanting women in the fucking game. His daughter said to him, "I play as a girl in Fortnite, Dad. Well, what's the problem?" Fucking Fortnite's not real. It's not meant to be realistic. It's a fucking battle royale game where there's a fucking storm coming at you, and if you don't get within the circle within a certain amount of time, you just take random damage from a fucking storm. I don't think they were going for realism, Patrick, if I'm being honest, but he decided to rewrite history in Battlefield World War II to please his fucking daughter. Now, I've got nothing against girls in video games where they belong, but when the studio claims they're trying to portray historical accuracy and show the unseen, the side of World War II that no game has portrayed, bullshit. You don't want to do that. You just want to put some women propaganda in his video games to make it more inclusive, which therefore equals more sales. He then goes on about this later in the interview, saying there's lots of women gamers who want to play badass females in a World War II game, and there's also lots of men who want to play as badass female characters. Where the fuck are these people? The proper soy boys, if they're just wanting a game to play as a woman. A badass female character, as you say. Fucking soy boys. You're describing soy boys. Is that your target audience now? Not the hardcore Battlefield gamers. You're doing the same shit as Call of Duty. They fucked off the hardcore COD fans in COD World War II for this inclusive bullshit, and I roasted them for it. And you're following the same fucking route. And I've loved every Battlefield game. Battlefield 1 was my least favourite, but they've always been great. Apart from Hardline, that was just pure shit. Okay, so before you all get your knickers in a twist, I know women were in the war. They were in the kitchens and the factories. A couple fronts had them. The French resistance used them heavily. The Russians used them heavily because, let's be honest, Stalin would put anybody on the front lines. He was a fucking madman. He was the second worst person in the war behind Hitler. Fucking utter madman. It's true, lads. Men are stronger than women. They are better at fighting. That is why they're separate sports. That's why women's MMA is separate to men's. They don't fucking put women in with men because they cannot beat men of the same size and stature. If they're both trained in the same discipline, a man will beat the woman 99 times out of a fucking 100. That is unarguable. Sure, Holly Holm would probably kick my ass, but I'm not a trained MMA fighter. Now, she fights another male MMA fighter with the same skills as her. She's getting her ass kicked. And this is the simplest way of breaking it down for fucking retards. This is why women didn't partake in the war as much as the men. They're physically not as strong. They can't fight as well. And there was more men. So they was put on the fucking front lines. So the fact that EA are trying to appease these whinging, whining bastards is annoying. It really is annoying as a hardcore Battlefield fan. Before you was, oh, you're just jumping on the Battlefield hate train. Fuck off. I've been a hardcore Battlefield fan since I was fucking 8 years old. So take that opinion, shove it up your ass, and don't talk about that on my channel. Okay, so this statement really, really annoyed me. The fact that he says we're incorrect about history and we're the uninformed, we're the uneducated. No, Patrick, you're the uneducated fucking imbecile. Don't call us uneducated when you clearly don't know what happened in World War II. These people are uneducated. They don't understand that this is a plausible scenario. And listen, this is a game, and today's game is gender diverse like it hasn't been before. There he openly admits to just making this game inclusive to women to sell more fucking games. You can't say it's a plausible scenario when it wasn't a fucking plausible scenario unless it was the French resistance or the Russian army. So it wasn't a fucking plausible scenario. You can't say it's a plausible scenario, then basically sugarcoat what you're doing to appeal to more gamers. Gaming today is gender diverse. Even when your studio, DICE, promises to make it the most authentic World War II game that's ever been created. I wouldn't have a problem with this, as I've said in many other videos, if they'd not said that. It's the same shit that Sledgehammer Games were saying when they made Call of Duty World War II. It's going to be the most authentic Call of Duty World War II game ever created, and it was the fucking worst. And this looks like it's going the same way. The gameplay doesn't look like it's going to hold up. It looks the same as Battlefield 1. Let's not kid ourselves. Apart from the thing where you can, like when you get downed, you can crawl backwards and shoot like you're in fucking some sort of film. That's not a big gameplay mechanic for myself. Graphically, it looks the same. I know Battlefield already looks amazing graphically, but they usually have a massive jump game after game. It literally looks like a DLC for Battlefield 1. And that's the same shit we got year after year with Call of Duty, and people got pissed off. But people are praising Battlefield 5. Why? Because DICE make it? Look at DICE's track record now. They used to make amazing games. They made Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2. Both were just shadows of what Star Wars Battlefront used to be. The games that came out over 10 years ago are better. No, 15 years ago are better than the Star Wars games DICE made. So don't put all your hope in DICE. I know I'm going to get tons of fanboys on this video, but DICE are on a steady slope going down. And they're not getting better. I've got more faith in Treyarch than I do in DICE right now. That is how much DICE have pissed me off over the past couple of years. Okay lads, so let me break down the last statement for you. I'm going to put it in the simplest terms possible, as he does, because he thinks we're fucking morons, even though he's the uneducated one who doesn't know a thing about World War II, is an overpaid corporate arsehole in EA. Like, everybody high up at EA is so full of themselves. He's using his daughter to try and make this seem okay. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're on over £100,000 a year. After tax, you make shitloads of money, and you're shitting on us who don't make much money, who like buying video games to pass the time and make life that little bit more fucking bearable. You're shitting down us throats, so I've got no respect for you, dude. I fucking hate you. Yeah, I know, lads, I know I'm triggered over a video game, but I'm only triggered because they promise us things. If the game was just some like Inglourious Bastards timeline or some alternate World War II timeline like Wolfenstein, I'd be happy, I'd be down for it. Yeah, I'd still critique the gameplay because it does look like a Battlefield 1 reskin. But here it goes. We don't take any flack, we stand up for the cause, because I think those people who don't understand it well, you have two choices. Either accept it or don't buy the game. Lads, I am appealing to you all now. I'm reaching out to you. Don't buy the game. I'll buy the game. I will critique it. I will do a review for you. I'm buying it because people expect me to buy it. People want me to buy it. Don't spend your money on this shit. Boycott this. The same as we did COD World War II. I'm proud to say I made many people boycott that game. And it was shit, like I fucking said it would be. So do the same here. Boycott this game. Buy Red Dead Redemption 2. Buy Fallout 76. Buy by The Last of Us 2. Don't give EA or DICE any fucking money just for the statements that they've said and pushing this social justice warrior timeline agenda down us throats. Fuck you, EA. Fuck you, Patrick Söderlund. And fuck the YouTubers, the fake YouTubers who are standing up for this when they called out Call of Duty year after year for all its repetitive bullshit and its SJW ways. Battlefield's just as bad now, if not worse. So fuck all the dick riders, fuck all the Battlefield cock riders. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, lads, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Twitch, they're both linked below. If you want to support the channel, shit, my Patreon's linked below as well. I love you all and I will see you all in the next video. I ain't bullshitting, boys.
Mama said pull your pants up, bending corners and scraper and loyalty till my bands up. I'm pushing, moving, working, proving it's commas on the way. Put the pussy on pedestal, blow the medical to the face. It's evident on my fate, rolling heaven in my new race. Declining the call from labels, still grubbing on struggle face. They